What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 5 different crypto mining stocks today. We're going to talk about CleanSpark, Marathon, and Riot for Cow. We're going to talk about IREN and HUT for Matthew K. We are going to start off with CleanSpark. Obviously, that's the order that we're going in. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content. The reason why we're talking about CleanSpark, for one, it's the one out of all these stocks that I personally hold, and for two, I actually opened up a call option today with today's drop. And I also think it's pertinent to talk about it because I had been calling for a breakout. It really did look like a breakout, and well, we've rejected back down. We've had a hell of a fake out week. Absolutely. I do not believe that we're going to break out to the downside still. I'm not worried about it at all. I opened up, like I said, I opened up some call options. We do have 1 day left in the week. Let's see what tomorrow can bring us. Maybe we'll go up, maybe we'll go down. It is possible that we come down to fill this gap, but to be completely fair, we actually have tipped the lower ends of this gap day low. That could have been it, guys. This could be a scary look for now with the way that we are in the RSI. If we have a green day tomorrow, we'd be bouncing off the 50 after rejecting the overbought zone. That would be a really nice look, actually. But if we go lower, perhaps we go back down to the 40 area where we found support time and time again throughout this range. I don't think it would result in a lower low, but perhaps I got a little bit excited. We got a little bit excited for this breakout move. It really did look like a breakout move. And that's why I'm calling it a fake out, because this seems to me to be a pennant of sorts. But like all of these weeks, it came up and then it came down. So really, I guess we got to wait for the week to close. The only reason I was excited is because we did have multiple days closing. But with a new information in front of us, it might not be ready to move just yet. Less volume on the way down than on the way up, which is nice to see. That does kind of reassure me. Not that means we can't move down. We absolutely can, but I don't think we will. For those of you that are wondering when my call options are set to expire, I bought end of the year call options, like literally the last possible week of this year that I could, and I hit $30 call options. I could have done $35 call options, but I do believe that by the end of this year that we will see a $36 price for CleanSpark or higher. But I don't know. I feel like $30 is fine. And I probably, normally I don't, as odd as this sounds, I normally actually don't do options this like close together. Right, we're at the end of July. I did call options that expire at the end of this year. I normally do them a whole year out, but I'm so confident, and hopefully I don't eat my words on this, but I am so confident that this will break out to the upside, and it'll probably happen very fast. I would even think it happens by like September or October that we're up here, but and at which case I will let those go. I'll let you know whenever I do that. But what I've kind of been doing with CleanSpark is I'll take call options. I won't do puts. I have stopped doing puts with this thing because it's in an up market, right? Every time I take profits from the call options, I rotate it back into the stock. I buy the actual stock so that if I am wrong at one point, and I have been wrong before, I forget if it was this move. I think it was this move that I think I had puts. I might have I think I did a put and it bit me because I expected us to go lower and we had a nice bounce, and I basically flushed out a little bit in the red with that. Enough of my personal story. What I'm trying to say is, even if I am wrong, if I keep buying the stock with the profits that I end up taking when I'm right, inevitably over time it'll just pile on to more cash, and it's more secure. That's my style, not financial advice. That's just what I'm doing. But with today's drop, I absolutely took it as an opportunity to buy some call options. So if that tells you anywhere as to where I think CleanSpark is going, let's look at Marathon now. Marathon had a little bit of a day itself, not as dramatic. Definitely still looks like a breakout. So, I mean, this is okay, right? Pulling back like this, actually, you could pull all the way back down to about 22.84. You're at 23.65 now. Pull back there, find support at your previous areas of resistance, right? Previous areas of support and resistance. Check back. That looked really healthy, actually. That wouldn't be bad at all. I wonder from a relative low to a relative high. I mean, you might not even go down there. You're at your 382 right now. Who knows? But if you did move down to about 22.80, that's okay. Don't be worried. Don't be scared. It's totally fine. I think Marathon looks like it's in better shape than CleanSpark. It pumped higher and it's actually dumped less. So I wonder real quick. Probably a good time. Maybe I should have bought some call options on Marathon, man. Honestly, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. It might go a little bit lower though. Riot and Clean Spark might go a little bit lower too, but it might not. It could. They both could bounce. There's reasons for them to bounce here too. Riot, relative high to low, 618 tipped, harsh rejection down. If we look at the daily, yes, a nice 11.8% move. That's the biggest move down we've seen so far. Right at an area that you would expect it to find support, though. Previous areas of resistance that you broke out from. This is looking better than Clean Spark as well. So, dude, I should have just looked at the other obvious choices. I only did Clean Spark because that's the only one that I hold, but these actually look better right now than Clean Spark does. I think Clean Spark will recover and do fine. Don't take that as ill will toward Clean Spark or ill judgments, but yeah, you could probably bounce right off of here with Riot, which is nice for Clean Spark. If Riot and Marathon are bouncing, Clean Spark might run with them. If you move lower, Riot from a low to a high, perhaps you go down to $10, $10.33. You're at $10.95 now, but I think you'd hold that area and then move up. IREN, again, just a kind of general blanket statement with all these stocks. I'm not worried about them at all. I think it's fine. IREN is the only one of them that I was calling for lower prices. I do think that it's found its relative high. It's going to cool off. It's totally fine. It's what it does. You know, it's taking its turn. It's going to move down to about 892, 890, somewhere around there. Previous areas of resistance, previous areas of support. 382, resistance, support back here. Check back there, find support, and then move up. Until then, down. That's what you got. You might move up with the rest of them tomorrow. You know, maybe you have a little bit of an upside, but the daily RSI looks sad. I do think you're moving lower ultimately. So if you move up, it's going to be insignificant to the overall downside that you have left to go. Last but not least, Hut. I haven't looked at any of these stocks today except for Clean Spark. So if I had looked at any of the other ones, maybe I would have bought call options on. Even on Hut, man, but I'd probably do Marathon or Riot. When you do options, and I don't normally talk about margins or leverage or anything like that, but when you do any of that stuff, you want to make sure you're doing it on something that has higher liquidity. Hut probably has less liquidity than Marathon or Riot does. So especially with options, you want to have something that you can easily get into and easily get out of, so that you're getting the prices that are appropriate, that you can maximize your gains with first off and foremost, but also not get screwed over when you're trying to get out and you're getting out at the right price. Because I've done that before, man, where I will call for I will have options trades available on something that's low liquidity, and I will sell. I will literally have the sell at the top, and it doesn't take, because there's no liquidity. There's no one willing to take it up there. It's such low liquidity. So that's something to take into consideration when doing options. You know, not financial advice, but that's just a little personal experience there for anybody. And I feel like it's obvious, but you might not think about it. You might think you're so smart, and you might be smart. You might have the perfect call, but nobody's playing ball with you. You're playing by yourself, and with that, like, you're not going to win, right? If you play by yourself, do you really win? Not really. You might move back down a little bit to your $17.17 area. I wouldn't be surprised if you held support here, though, as well. So they're all kind of like the same exact story, honestly. But I'm going to say I actually feel more confident Hut 8 does move down to 17.17. I think it does. And then bounces from there. Then you'll make a move up to like 24.75. Nice higher low, move up. You could, if you go lower than that, you're still fine. I think as long as you're holding above 15.32, you're fine. But I feel confident you'd hold that $17.17 area. So that's that, you guys. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Don't panic. I think these stocks are fine. Peace.